Sorry about the lighting in my garage, and I can't figure out how to not have that look like a spotlight. Anyways, I was watching a podcast yesterday. They started talking about that there are less and less people getting into archery, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But a lot of what they were talking about was crossbows and state regulation, not really seeing a difference between compound and crossbows. And so a lot of the newer folks getting into it are doing crossbows, not compound. And that if we're not careful and we don't do stuff at the state level, will eventually compounds will kind of go the way of recurve or longbows, where they'll be less and less popular. And that might be true. But I started thinking about why people aren't getting into archery or not into compound as much. And the fact is, crossbows are easier to just kind of pick up and go. Not that there's no learning curve to it, but it's a little bit easier than compounds. And maybe there needs to be some state regulation on hunting seasons and all of that. But not to get on my soapbox about archery shops, but I blame archery shops for a lot of this stuff because a lot of them have a really bad website. A lot that I run into don't do a lot of events, a lot of community outreach. They're not super welcoming when you come in there. You get guys behind the desks in the shops that kind of treat you like you're an inconvenience sometimes. I've made another video about this in the past. And so it's not a very inviting environment. So if you're new, if you're not sure what to do, you're not going to go, you might not go in there. You know, I wanted to do archery for a while and got into it because friends of mine got into it, but like I didn't grow up around a lot of people that did it. In my adult years, I had a friend that did it. That's how I got into it. But I've been to a lot of shops and they're just not super inviting. And I don't see any events around here that the shops are putting on to try to market themselves and also bring new people in. And so eventually, yeah, you're going to lose your customer base. It's going to die off. And so again, I think maybe there should be laws on crossbows and splitting up the archery season across every state. But I think a lot of pro shops are going to be what kills the community because they just don't have a community. And so we need better shops. Like I'm in the Raleigh area and there's only really one shop around here. And, I'll go in there, but not the greatest service that I get. And so I think we really need shops that are going to do the community outreach, really want a archery community and really try to get new people to come in, be inviting, do classes, things like that to try to get people and that might be kind of interested in the sport to start buying equipment and start shooting. So yeah, maybe crossbows has something to do with it, but I put a lot of the blame on archery shops. And it did make me think about anybody that's out there that either, maybe took a while to pick up a bow. Why? What was your hesitation? And if you've been thinking about it and you happen to stumble upon this video because you're looking into archery, what's kept you from getting into it? I'm really curious on why people might not be getting into it yet, or again, what took them a while to get into it.